Hi all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to show you how we can retrieve the information which is just opposite to the checkboxes. Now if you see here, I have the checkboxes, and with opposite to those checkboxes I have some information linked. Now what I want from the bot, that bot should pick only the information of those checkbox which have the cross sign in it. I should pick this Asian Pacific Islander, and it should pick the female from here, and the website also. Now if this is something which need to be retrieved from the web application, then this is very simple to do it. And sometimes if your organization is giving you a flexibility to use a computer vision, then also you can retrieve it. But for now let's assume you don't have those options. So how to do that in that case? Now this is the image, this is an image. Let me go to the studio. Let me show you the image first. So this is the image. If you go to the property, you will see it, it's .png image, and from this png image I'm going to retrieve this information. So the information which is just opposite to the checked marks, I'm going to retrieve it. Now for that, what I have to do is I have to use a find images. So you have to drag drop this find image matches, because it will going to find the multiple images, right? Now you have to indicate it by dragging here and selecting this particular region. I have selected this. Let me create the output. Matched images. Then I have to use for each loop just to iterate all the images which have this cross sign. Now if you go to the item, if you go to the properties of for each, you will see the type argument should be UIPath.core.UI so in the latest studio it automatically populates here, but if you are using a older version of studio, then you have to select it. Basically you can find it in the browse for types. So UIPath.core.UI it is auto selected for now here. Now what I'll do here, I'm going to find the region basically first. What is the region of this particular cross sign or a checkbox, you can call it. I'll place a right line. I'll write here original region, and then I have to write down as item dot clipping region dot rectangle dot toString. Now what this will give me, this will going to give me the region, basically region where exactly it is present, what is the x, y, width and height of it. If you see, it is iterate 2 times to retrieve this. Okay, it is iterate 2 times to retrieve this particular images. One it is picking the Asian, and then it is picking the females. Okay, now I'm going to use an assign activity. I'll copy it 4 times. Create first the x position, because we're going to change this x, y and width and height basically just to retrieve the values with respect to this checkbox. For that, basically right now if you see, for this particular image the x is 583, y is 244, width is 27, and height is 24. So I want to do some manipulation. I have to add few values to x and y so that it should pick this value just opposite to it. How to do that? First let me define the x, y, w for width, and h for height. Now these x, y, w, h is, I have to change it to integers basically. Now let me find the x value first. So this is basically how you have to find the x values. Now if you see here, you have to write down item dot clipping region dot rectangle dot value dot x. So it will going to give me what value? It will going to give me this 583 value, right? But I don't want the bot to start from the bot to pick this image from here. I want it should go slightly to the right and pick from Asian. That means I have to increase the x value basically so that it will move to the right. What I'll do, I'm going to add some value to it. Let me add 57 to it for now. Now for y, I don't want to change any value. Y will remain same basically. Dot value dot y. Okay, let me open this also. For so here I have used item dot clipping region dot rectangle dot value dot y. I don't want to change a y because I don't want to go up and down, but I want to go to the right basically. I don't want to go to up and down. I want to go to the right. So I'm not changing the y basically, y axis. I'll keep it as it is. Now for w we have to write it as item dot same item dot clipping region dot rectangle dot values dot w for width, and I'm going to add some width to it because if you see here, the width of this particular image, the cross image is basically is 27. So if you see the size of it, it's 27, but you see Asian Pacific Islander have a bigger width, so I have to increase some width so that at least it will take this much of width. What I'll do, I'll add some width to it. I'll just add around 219 to it for now. We will see it. We will just increase and decrease the width and the x-axis just to see what will happen in that case. For now I'm just putting those values. Now item dot, this is for height, dot rectangle dot value dot uh, height. This is done. Once this is done, I'll use one assign activity because I want to change the item which is coming here. I want to change the clipping region values that we have on x, y, width and height. I want to change these, right? And I have changed it above, but I want to assign it to the item. So what I'll do, item dot clipping region, the runtime I'm just changing it, and then I have to write down here as a new UIPath dot core UIPath dot core dot region, and then in the bracket you have to write down as a new rectangle, then inside the bracket again you have to give x axis value, y, and then width and then height. Now it will going to assign new values to this item dot clipping region. Now let me print this value also. What I'll do, I'll write down here new region. I have done this. I have changed the region. Let me run it for now. I know nothing will going to happen. It will only going to give a new clipping region basically. You see here, our original region is was this. Now it is this one. Now what I have to do here, I'm going to use an attach window. Let me inspect it, and then I'm going to use a clipping CLIPPI clipping region. And in the inside the clipping region, when you go to the properties of it, you have to pass basically the region here. The region is item dot clipping region. So once this is done, right, we have set the clipping region. Now after that I want to retrieve a text from that clipping region, the region that I have defined. I want that the bot should pick a value from it. What I'll do, I'll use get OCR. Okay, get OCR text, I'll use it. After that what I'll do, I can use anything, Microsoft or Tesseract, whatever you want to use it. So let me use this one. What I'll do then, I'll go to the properties of it, and I have to basically define okay, sorry, I have to go to the property of this get OCR, not the this OCR engine, but to this. Now I have to pass the element basically. Element is coming in item, and let me store it in some text. Okay, now when you are going to run this, you will see it, the values are coming. You see Asian Pacific, but something is coming to the right. Basically what I have to do, the A is also missing, right? Then that means uh, I have moved to X, basically to the X axis, to the right. Basically I have moved to the right more, so I have to click on this assign activity, which I am storing X to it. uh, then what I have to do is I'm going to make it 55, so that it will come slightly to the left, because it is coming to the right, which is, that's why it is not taking A basically. Now let me run it again. Let's see it. It's still not taking. Let me make it to 50. Let's see if this will work. So this you have to do it actually, in this particular scenarios you have to increase or decrease the regions. X is 583, it is 63, but still it is not taken. Okay, let me make it 45. Now it is taking Asian Pacific, but it is not taking the female actually. If you see here, it is not taking the female, but it's taking from E basically, from E character. So what I have to do is I have to make it basically a unique, right? It should work for all, means a generic, not a unique but a generic, so that it should work for both the values, for female and for this Asian Pacific, let me make it 42. Let's see if it is taking both the values or not. Okay, now it is taking the both the values. What I'll do is I'll decrease some width basically. I'll make it 200. Why? Because if you see, it is taking this text also. I don't want this, and it is happening because the width is more, that which is 246. So I have decreased the width basically just so that it adjusts its position. It is, you see, it is removed some text. Let me make it 160. This is working now at 160. It is working for this particular value also and for female also. So this is how you can retrieve the text from here. Now it is not taking a website basically. That might be due to an image basically. So if there is a slightly change in images also, that can cause a problem. Let's see it for this one also. I have not tried it actually. So let me indicate this for now. If I'm going to run this, let's see if it is picking the website or not. It's not picking the website because I think it is not taking any count. Find images. I'm just trying out actually if this will work or not, because it is taking the two values. It should take this one also, right? Let me check it out. Uh, okay, I have not passed the output basically here, which is matched images. Let me run it again. It is giving a website and a female. Means I have to change some, from coordinates I need to change it. So it is, before it is not taking the website, that means I have to move little left basically just to retrieve this value. What is this? Asian Pacific. Placement office should not take this value, but is taking. It's always a complex to do this basically, because I have figured out for this one, and for this one it's working. A generic code is working for both, but when it comes to here, to this website, I think there is due to the image only, what I believe, because sometimes it doesn't work if there is a slightly change in the images also, because it works on the pixels basically. Not sure what is the issue. I need to check on this, but this is how you can practice out basically just to retrieve something. I'll check it out on this, and I'll try to create another video for this if I'm going to find out, because I just this image I have just picked from the randomly from the Google. Actually, it's not a kind of use case. Now it's working, you see. So we have to select a region in such a way. Now it is not taking a W because you see this X region is something I need to make it 40. Maybe it will work in this way because it will now, if I decrease the X value, that means it will move to the left side and it will retrieve the website here. So that means sometimes it happen with the pixels, so you have to retrieve separately the value. Sometimes it have, like, you have to do that. So for this particular scenario, what you have to do is you can create a generic code for this, and for website you can just find an image for this separately. And if you have any invoice or any purchase order which is in the form of image, then you can try out on that. If you have any issues, you can just send it to me or your comment on my video. I'll try to just work on it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching it. I know there was some issues in between the videos, but anyways, we have rectified it, how to basically retrieve a values. So that's good, right? Okay, thank you so much for watching it. Have a great day. Bye.